Role-playing video games. Japanese animation. It's a match made in heaven. Or is it? Join us as we take a journey through RPG animes of yesteryear. TV shows, OVAs, movies, titties. We're doing it all. So join us right here, right now, at the Summer RPG Anime Festival.
Hello, once again, anime people. Hello, festival people. Welcome back to the festival. Thank you for joining me again, Steve. You're my guest today, apparently.
Oh, this one is 100% Andre's fault. We weren't assigning blame for any of this, but if anything was anyone's fault, this particular episode, Andre's fault.
Okay, we usually say that when something was bad. Do not tell me for a singular second that you didn't enjoy this. You don't even lie to me right now.
Oh, yeah, but could I tell you what happened in a coherent fashion? Not particularly.
I'm so glad we're not doing like scene breakdowns on this shit or any of these other shits, because
why don't you tell them what this even is in case
you're right. Let's start at the beginning. Okay, so since obviously, and thank you for joining us, everybody, since I'm sure pretty much none of you know what Princess Minerva is, and I barely do either, I'll start off with a little bit of video game information this time. So it's an RPG, obviously, released for PC 98 in 1992, then for PC Engine CD-ROM in 94, and Super Famicom in 1995. As I'm sure you can tell by the names of the consoles I just said, this never came out in America. But the anime did. Just like Fire Emblem, like we talked about last episode, AD Vision or ADV Films, whatever you want to say, I'm so used to saying AD Vision because that's what they're originally called, they decided to take a chance here on Princess Minerva because it was like, why the hell not? It has action and blood and tits, and it doesn't matter if anyone doesn't know what it is. Who cares? We could sell copies based on that. So it was brought here in September 1995. This 45-ish minute, maybe a little less, 45-minute OAV.
It sure was, Andre.
you son of a bitch. But yeah, according to Wikipedia, and this is really all the background we can give you on this, this OAV serves apparently as a prequel to the game. It shows how they assembled the party that you play as in the actual Princess Minerva game. So, forgive the self-indulgence, Steve, but I have some personal history with this one that I think might be interesting to some and maybe interesting to you as well. So I thought I'd tell it here if you don't mind. For anyone who listened to our Fighting Game Anime Christmas episodes a few years ago, and thank you if you have, you already know that Samurai Showdown is the very first anime I ever bought and watched on VHS. The very first one. The second, Steve, was Princess Minerva. Not only that, it's also the very first anime I ever watched in Japanese with subtitles, because Samurai Showdown only came dubbed. And of course, I was an anime noob back then, and I didn't really know what was going on. So of course, I probably would have just got, hey, it's dubbed in English. Yes, that's the one I want. Now, at this point, I know more. And I'm like, oh, you know, I want to try something in Japanese. So I just decided, oh, this one looks good. And I got it. And it was truly a mind expander for me. Everyone remembers their first thing that they watched in Japanese, you know? Or maybe at this point, like first video game that you played in Japanese with subtitles, because maybe that's more common now. Back then, that didn't exist. So yeah, Steve, this is like some firsts for me, but I wanted to include this just because, like, again, I had no idea it was based off of anything until a few years ago. I knew there was like a Princess Minerva RPG, Steve, but I thought that came because of this OAV. No, it's the other way around. This OAV was based off the game. So that was news to me.
I mean, I wouldn't blame you.
You're embarrassed, right? You're embarrassed of me right now. You
I'm
don't
not
even want to be here.
I'm not embarrassed, but this just explains so much. This is a guys would rather watch Princess Minerva than go to therapy situation.
It's fucking true, man. Oh my god. This is anime, baby. Look, Samurai Showdown was obviously an anime. Princess Minerva is anime, like capital A anime, man.
This is the one you're shutting off because someone else walked into the room.
But you know my shameless ass, I didn't care. I would just watch this at home. I didn't give a fuck. No, I mean, I don't even, now that I think about it, I'm not sure anyone else in the family really knew what was on these cartoon tapes, these Japanese cartoon tapes, for all they knew, right? I'm not sure that they knew, but they maybe knew. Oh, you know what? They did to a degree, because I remember one time my sister, she's a few years older than me, and she brought over a couple of her friends or whatever, and I was like, I don't give a fuck. I want to watch, whatever tape I wanted to watch, Cutie Honey or whatever. So I put on one of the yeah, dude. Trust me, any magical girl that got naked, I was buying that shit. I was a little pervert. So I put on one of those, and as you well know, all these anime tapes back then had previews at the beginning. By the way, we forgot to mention that last episode. Whoever uploaded the Fire Emblem to YouTube, they included the entire tape. Steve, that shit took me back seeing all those previews at the beginning. Oh my God.
Me too. And I forgot that those were like all without vocals, because we got to sell sub and dub versions of these things. We can't be leading these people on one way or the other.
Yep. It was, oh man, that shit took me back. Anyway, so I was watching some of the previews, and one of the previews on this tape that I put on was Kekko Kamen.
Uh-oh.
Do you know what Kekko Kamen is, Steve?
Uh-oh.
I think you do.
Yeah, I've never seen it, but I've seen the cover.
Okay, so for anyone who doesn't know,
or lack thereof,
Kekko Kamen is a superhero who wears a red mask and red boots, and that's it. That's all she's wearing.
Somehow that's even more naked than being naked, I think.
Yeah, it really is, isn't it? It's somehow more salacious, and she has red nunchucks. Don't ask where she keeps them.
In her boots. Come on, Otter, keep up.
Okay, sorry. Okay, yeah, of course. Anyway, this preview was on for Kekko Kamen, and my sister's friend was like, yo, what is this? She's really fighting naked. What the hell is it? Like, he was shocked. Like, he had never seen anything like this. And I don't know what my sister said. Oh, he likes to watch these stupid cartoons or whatever. I don't know what she said, but he was basically being dragged out of the room looking at the TV. Yo, she's really fighting naked. Like, he was saying it out loud as if like nobody else was seeing. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Like that type of shit. So I do remember that reaction from somebody. Anyway, I'm sorry for the trip down memory lane. I know we're talking about Princess Minerva. I guess I'm just trying to paint the picture that like this is 90s anime to its core, and it's very like cutting edge. Nobody had really seen this shit before and knows what goes on in these cartoons, quote unquote. So I was on the pervert vanguard.
And we thank you for it.
Yes. So we salute you. Yeah, Steve, typically for this show, I wouldn't suggest that we cover rather anything that we don't have any video game familiarity with, because obviously Princess Minerva is not something we got here, so we can't really compare it to the game and, stuff like that. But I wanted to do this because I needed you to see this. I just needed you to see this. Okay. And
what did I ever do to you? No, I'm just kidding.
Well, yeah, exactly. Because I think after it was done a couple days ago in our chat on Discord, you're like, Princess Minerva, huh? And yeah. I'm like, I think I said to you, you're welcome / I'm sorry.
And I said, yeah, it was both. Both of those responses were appropriate.
So I'm sorry for talking so much. Why don't you say anything you want to say right now about Princess Minerva?
Boobies. There were also some butts.
Oh, there's lots of butts.
Okay, fine. Real observations. The first 15-ish minutes, I'm kind of reminded how certain Super NES RPGs might have had little character exposition scenes if you hung on the title screen long enough. But since the name of the Princess Minerva game, what is this, the Nintendo Direct, is fan service, it's a lot of shouting and vague threats and fan service instead of, character exposition. It's kind of like the Battle Arena Toshinden opening that we talked about a few years ago in the fighting anime Christmas, where we just kept getting thrust around scene to scene a bit, except there was like the one scene that makes sense, the one where the naked witch's training ends, so I guess it's time for her to go kill people. Followed by petty theft of a rice ball that snowballs into Minerva's search for bodyguards that they mentioned in the opening getting out of hand. I mean, we're not going to do the blow-by-blow here because that would be silly, but even if we did, it would be similarly tough to follow if we did.
It would be tough to follow for the audience, and quite frankly, at the time, Steve, I didn't really get it either. They're chasing each other around. Don't you dare eat my rice ball. Oh, you guys knocked me over. Now I'm chasing you. Now I'm chasing you. There's it's like stacked on top of each other. And then they all go to jail.
From the Eastern continent.
Yeah, and then they all go to jail. They all get thrown in jail at the end. You're all under arrest. For what? I don't know.
Noise disturbances? I mean, because that was a lot of fucking shouting.
Oh, this is one of those animes that shout. Everyone's yelling.
So, I'm like, hey, what happened in this anime, Steve? I don't know. Everyone yelled at each other. Some boobies popped out on occasion, and eventually it ended.
What's funny? This anime is a lot more silly than I remember it being, because like the titular Princess Minerva, sorry, I had to say it at least once. She keeps interrupting the typical RPG. They keep trying to have the serious RPG introduction where this old man is talking while they're looking at this withered, yellowed map of yore. She like slices the screen. She slices right through it and starts yapping about whatever. Like she's like, it's showing her impatience. It's showing her character, right? She's just kind of brash and, impulsive. And I get that, but it's also like really dumb. In a charming way, I guess. I don't know. It works, but it's like silly as hell.
I don't know. I just feel like all of it is just a vehicle to get to the next part. I mean, hey, Andre, the merchant lady is literally in the dominatrix outfit with a "Call Me Queen" move.
Oh yeah, call me queen. She sure does that. And I'll tell you what. I mean, I was coming of age at that time, but I didn't really know what literally, but I did not know what really any of that dominatrix stuff was. I did not get that at all. So I was just kind of like, this kind of flew over my head. Well, the only thing I had at that time that would tie me to that is Sophia from Toshinden. I can't believe we're talking about Toshinden so much in this episode. Another leather whip lady. I wasn't really like getting an archetype yet.
I don't know. I think it's appropriate we're talking about this Shinden because we're not really here for the story, are we? We're more here for the plot lines.
Oh, sure we are. The plot lines where Princess Minerva takes a bath for like 3 or 4 solid minutes and she's stark naked, and then this kid is trying to look at her, except he got lost in the castle. Like, really, he wasn't being a pervert for real. Maybe.
I'm not a pervert. I just got lost in the castle and fell through.
To be fair, to credit to him, that is a big ass bathtub. It's huge. I mean, like, you could stumble upon that room if you're just crawling through vents and stuff.
I mean, not to be a narc, but what was he doing in that castle in the first place?
I mean, By the way, do you like how we find out his name is K2, like more than halfway through the anime? I didn't even like until Princess Minerva calls him that.
Was that his name? Or was that a loss of translation somewhere?
No, I think that was his name. I mean, I don't think I'm going to play like a fan translation to find out, but I mean, I'm pretty sure that was his name.
Maybe the handhelds Kevin got us has Princess Minerva 3. We could find this stuff out on.
Maybe it does. Okay, so obviously, again, everyone remembers my first anime trademark symbol, right? And this was mine, but it made an impact on me. So you remember the bad lady who's fighting the wizard at the beginning, who's fighting her, I guess her like tutor or something like that. And he blasts her with a spell and she does the Giga Crisis spell with the rocks, the earth spell. You know, and that's like the coolest thing about this anime, besides all the tits and blood or whatever. It's the spells are really cool. And I try to do a little bare minimum of research. I did look at footage of all the versions of the game, and I did find a couple interesting things. So the PC98 version, so you remember after they do Giga Crisis, she does Giga Crisis at the beginning, then she takes a bath in that pond, she comes out naked or whatever. That whole scene is in the PC98 version of her coming out of the bath, like stark ass naked. That's there.
Just like in the games.
Yeah, so like if anyone played that original PC98 version versus like because you know how it was on PC Engine and of course Super Famicom, they weren't going to have the nudity, right? PC88, PC98 didn't give a fuck.
And then they really wore out that part of the tape.
I mean, I watched this anime once a week for a while, man. It's just, I mean, what can I say?
And then the really affluent fans really wore out that part of the Laserdisc.
Look, just don't question the reason why I am the way I am, right? I mean, I didn't stand a chance, man. I threw myself to the wolves. The first thing I watched was this anime. It's my first like quote unquote real anime. Like, I mean, where am I going to go from there?
I was gonna say the sleazy adult district here in New York, but Giuliani mostly got rid of that when it was time for Disney to move in.
That's what Zoran needs to bring back, right? He needs to bring back porn to the streets of New York City.
Maybe if he's really losing in the polls.
Hey guys, how about porn? Right? Didn't Cuomo try that? Did he just like, hey guys, you can smoke weed now. Check it out. Didn't he do that?
When he was getting real desperate, yeah.
Yeah. He has to keep that under his hat just in case he gets in trouble. Yeah, like I noticed that the spells, like in the spell effects during battles and stuff, were like very pronounced. I'm not going to say they were Chrono Trigger. I'm just saying that like that seems to be like a big part of the game. And it seemed to be a big part of this anime, like people doing big spells and like casting them. However, Steve, I feel like that final battle doesn't make any sense. Like after they release Blue Morris from that rock, like she's chained up on, then like stuff happens. And then like it's over. I don't know. Like it was very vague.
Well, firstly, can't we just say how it's great that Princess Minerva is just such great friends with Blue Morris? Really good friends with Blue Morris.
Yeah, really, really good friends, especially at the end.
But for real though, it's really hard to pick out anything apart from this scene here because, for one, I mostly know this from Sleazy Reputation alone. You know, they try to play this seriously, you know, however briefly, like, oh no, she's dead. And then she comes back, super dramatic, like, you've given me no reason to care about any of this.
Yeah, it gets very serious at the end for no reason. It gets very dramatic. Like the first act is basically Looney Tunes, right? And then the second act is like there's a fighting tournament, which also doesn't really resolve itself. They all just kind of get in the arena and posture and yell at each other. And then it's like over.
I can't kill handsome men.
Yeah, but then whatever her name is, she was also like Princess Minerva. She has nice eyes. Sure, I'll join her. It's like, okay.
maybe if I played the games and had some attachment for it's clear this is clearly for fans.
Yeah. 100%.
And young men, really young men like you who need something to watch once a week.
Over and over again. By the way, I get the cutie common thing now. I didn't get that joke at the time. I don't think I had seen Cutie Honey yet. I would shortly after this get the new Cutie Honey series, and I don't think I knew what Common Writer was either, so I didn't really get it. Now, of course, I get it. Cutie Common, haha.
I don't know. I just thought they really tried to play it up like Superman, like they really don't know who she is. Like, come on, guys.
Well, they did the thing where her glasses broke. Her cyber glasses broke, and then the dude is like, hey, it's you.
I'm like, come on. The only reason it works on Superman is because he changes his whole persona, too, to go along with it when he's Clark Kent. Like, here, it's like, come on. She's just wearing less clothes than normal and has the glasses. Like, come on.
I know. But hey, you know what? Because of Superman, I always, give that shit a pass. Yeah, as I'm sure the audience can gather at this point, this shit is almost impossible to evaluate as a real anime. The humor is so silly. It could belong to any OAV, any comedy OAV from the 90s. Golden Boy, any of that shit. Did you ever watch Golden Boy? I don't know if you...
I remembered what it was because it was on the Fire Emblem preview, but I've never seen it.
Yeah. There's 90s OAV comedies was a thing. And this, it had that kind of humor. And then the ties to the actual game seem fairly tenuous because it's a prequel, right? There's no actual game stuff going on there. And then everything else is so scattershot that it literally feels like it's making it up as they go along. Which, quite frankly, is fine. Because, and we talked about this whenever we've talked Bubblegum Crisis on the show, we've talked AD Police, and I feel like sometimes 90s anime is just vibes. And that's okay, and we accept that. Gunsmith Cats, vibe the fuck out. Ninja Scroll, vibes, right? Burn Up, vibes, and tits, of course. That's what this shit was. Guns, swords, fan service, and vibes. And Princess Minerva fits perfectly into that canon. So it may sound like we're criticizing the hell out of it. It doesn't make any sense. It does all this weird shit. But honestly, Steve, I wouldn't have it any other way.
I think you're about right. But at the same time, I don't know if I'm going to watch it again, let alone once a week.
I mean, look, man, I'm just saying 30 years ago, you had to do what you had to do. That's all.
Yeah, maybe 30 years ago, but much like Fire Emblem, I don't know about that thought experiment.
Yeah. Also, Princess Minerva, I think, is a great example of why I loved OAV so much. It's because, again, we talked about this with Bubblegum Crisis as well and AD Police. You could have the budget of a TV show jammed into 3 episodes, or in this case, 1 episode. So the animation quality is so fucking high. The production values on this shit is sky high, almost like movie quality practically, but it's short. It's 43 minutes, if that?
If that.
And you get all that shit. You don't get that from TV shows. And of course, also on OAV, you don't have to conform to any broadcast standards. You can show whatever you want. So it's the combination of those two things made that market alluring to me.
You can even show a post-credit scene where you got 2 no-name guards standing around going, oh man, it sure is boring here. My guard, this piece is what you all guards strive for. Did you see that show or you missed it?
Yeah, no. I watched it.
And then the Princess Castle explodes. To be continued, never, because it's an OVA.
Yep. To be continued in the video game Princess Minerva for Super Famicom today.
PC 98.
And 3DO. PC Engine CD, Super CD-ROM. If we had gotten the game, I think it would have gotten itself into hot water once they find out there's a nasty cartoon tape with full frontal in it. Right? So
they wouldn't have. I think the tape wouldn't have mattered, but it would have been weird to have an M-rated something or other in 1994.
Yeah.
5.
I guess so. I guess it's just interesting how stuff could fly under the radar then, because this wouldn't have caused a controversy because no one would have ever known about it. Would have never been popular. So the game would have just sold to a scant few RPG heads, and there's an anime too, and that's kind of it. They could have probably pulled off a fighting game though, because obviously like I said, there's a fighting tournament in the middle of this thing. They probably could have made a crappy fighting game. I mean, we did that a lot in the 90s. There's like Sailor Moon fighting games. There's Ranma half fighting games, right? So
that's right. We got all those. Well,
we got one of those. We got one of those Ranma half games. My friend had it. Yeah.
And I think that was already borrowed from something else, but that's not what this show is.
Well, there was like 2 on Super Nintendo. One came here reskinned as something else, and then we got the second one as Ranma half. I believe that's what happened.
The 90s.
Do you like Ranma? No?
I know what it is. I've never seen it.
Really? I think you would get into that shit. You would enjoy. I don't think I really have anything else to say, but I mean, unless you got something left for me about the Princess Minerva.
Maybe just that finding this in general was a doozy. Maybe because of all the adult themes, this thing was buried on YouTube. Typing in Princess Minerva OVA, he just slaps up a few uploads of Fencer Minerva, which, I just instinctively clicked on because it was late at night when I was doing this the first time. And then I backed out when it started out, a lot more innocently than what I was promised. So, for this and all the other ones, maybe just follow the links we provide in the description of the episodes.
Yeah, check the description of this episode if you want to watch Princess Minerva and not be watching Fairy Fencer F or whatever you clicked on. All right, that's about it on Princess Minerva. Thank you for indulging me, Steve, down this trip down pervert memory lane.
I don't think I'll ever be the same again.
I don't know. What are we watching next time on the festival?
Final Fantasy Legend of the Crystals.
Never heard of it. See you later.